Ooh, what do we have here? Another new lens from Sony. Yep, another month, another G Master from Sony. So this time Sony is treating us with this ultra wide prime lens, 14mm f1.8 G Master. And you know what? Even though this one is too wide for me, I tried it out and it's awesome. And in this video, I'm gonna show you some photos that I've shot with it and generally my take on that 14mm beauty. So let's go. Hello everyone, my name is Magic. I'm a wedding photographer, Sony Europe ambassador, father of 4 children. Welcome to my YouTube channel that is covering topics all about weddings, photography and gear. So consider subscribing if you haven't already. And this time, yes, again, Sony is treating us with a new G Master lens. And it does look like they've been filling all these gaps in their lineup of lenses. And this one takes the place of the widest and the fastest widest prime they have. So far they had 24 G Master, which I'm actually using to record this video, and a 20mm f1.8 G. That was the widest prime angle lens, and now we have ultra wide 14mm f1.8. And what I personally enjoy about like all these new, GM lenses that Sony is treating us with is that they seem to be taking this amazing approach of trying to, have them really compact and awesome at the same time. So this one is actually super light, and it's only 30% of the weight of the actual current only 14mm f1.8 for Sony, which is made by Sigma. So it's 1/3 of the weight of the other lens. This is crazy, and it's like 2 or 3 times smaller. Actually, when you feel it in your hands, it's really light, and it does remind me more of a 24 G Master. Like, they look really comparable to each other. And of course, this 14mm also get that, G Master treatment of the whole design body. We have the aperture ring, which I kind of feel that with every lens it gets, tighter and tighter to change the aperture, which I personally like. I don't like this ring to be too loose. There's another ring, focusing ring, that has like this linear response. We have this this button to declick the aperture, so you can make it going really smooth. You have one customizable button and AF to MF switch. So all of that G Master, awesomeness. But then on top of that, you get something else. You get like integrated lens hood. So this lens comes with this nice lens cup that hides the front element here, and then on the back of this lens you have the ability to put filters here in the back, and apparently you also get the template to cut your filters to that size. So that's nice addition in terms of the design. Performance-wise, this lens is equipped with 2 linear motors, so speed of AF system is like as fast as it can be with all the new modern lenses. It's very quiet, you don't hear anything focusing, nothing moves in that lens when you focus. So it just works like a charm. You just click, it just goes zip zip, like super fast. Actually can't go wrong with focusing with this lens. So first of all, what is this lens made for? Like, quite surprisingly, I found that like 14mm has really a lot of use cases, from astrophotography to the interiors, architectural photos, some portraits with really unique perspective, and landscapes, of course. So there's a lot of people that might be interested in getting that super fast, super wide prime angle lens. So how did I test this lens? I decided to try some unique perspective portraits and also some, city portraits. So for this purpose, me and my wife, we went to a place in Warsaw called Grzybowski Square, which is like a very unique square in the center of Warsaw that has quite interesting, architecture, mix of the architecture. You get this beautiful 19th century, church in the middle of the square, but then around you have some old school, really ugly looking like blocks of flats from the 60s, from the communism era. Then you have all these new modern buildings, including the tallest building in European Union that is now built, called Warsaw. So you get all that mix of different stuff in one frame. So I really liked trying this out with my wife, standing somewhere in that environment to try some cool portraits. And then we have beautiful sunset, and I really enjoyed that perspective, that unique photos that I was able to create with this lens. You have to be really careful when you're composing portrait with 14mm, because you have to keep your subject rather in the middle of the frame, because the closer you get to the edges, the more warp from that perspective you will get. And don't get me wrong, this lens, it doesn't have like a big distortion. It kind of keeps all the angles straight, but that 14mm angle is not very suitable to portraits, keeping a person that you're trying to take a photo of close to the edges. And then we went even further for a walk down to the Wisła River, which is a beautiful also spot. If you ever visit Warsaw, make sure you check all this river area. And also we get that the sun was setting even lower, so I got to test out a few more shots with the sun backlit, with the sun front lit. And what can I say? I really enjoyed shooting with this lens. It's really well corrected. It also gives that nice bokeh shooting at f1.8. So you even with that wide angle lens, if you get closer to the subject, you get really nice separation from the background. Also, when I tested it out here with that, lights in the background, it does produce very well-rounded bokehs. So it does look nice. It doesn't have any onions in it. So for all the onion haters, this is a lens definitely for you. And the AF system, shooting it during a day, it didn't give me, any sort of a problems. Like every photo that I've shot with it was sharp when it was supposed to be. And I was shooting with A7RIV. It didn't have any problems with, following the eye, like even shooting backlit. But my favorite part about this lens is how small and compact it is, and all that Sony approach with making this compact, amazing beast lenses. I'm all in for that. Sony, I'm kind of looking forward to maybe test it out on the dance floor, so on the wedding situation that I like shooting wide angle lens. So this lens could be a beauty for that. Hopefully that is something that I will cover in the future, but for now I give it thumbs up for this lens. Let me know if 40mm is something that you would enjoy shooting with. Is this something that you want? And I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in the next one. Ciao.